Alright, if you're seeing this, then there was nothing of note in the direct, and for some reason you still check my second channel, which I would be astonished if you do. Also, I'm probably not gonna be super, energetically reactive today because my throat hurts from doing voices all of last night, so, yeah. I'm gonna actually change chairs, because this one is terrible. Much better. Alright. Alright, we have another Nintendo Direct. I feel that the placement of this is kind of strange, because we just, the Pokemon DLC just released yesterday. I don't really understand why they would, do a new Nintendo Direct so shortly afterwards, because you'd think to, maximize the hype cycle for everything, you'd want to, space it out a bit, because, if you're gonna do this Direct now, you're gonna risk cutting into something's hype cycle. Whether that be oh, something really amazing is announced in this Direct, and people stop caring about the Pokemon DLC, or something that's not as, immediately exciting is announced in this Direct, and people forget about it. It's a strange thing to do. I don't understand it, but, I mean, hey, cool. Roughly 40 minutes of information focused on Nintendo Switch games releasing this winter. We're gonna get more stuff on Super Mario RPG Remake, obviously. I hope that the Untitled Peach game gets any kind of clarification as to what it is, because I don't understand what it is at all. I kind of hope that it's, a 3D platformer, honestly, but, the only thing we've seen from it is that Peach is, walking around on a stage, which doesn't really say a lot of anything, so, I don't really know. I genuinely do not know what on earth we're gonna, have to expect from this. Otherwise, there were, massive... Well, there's, a leaking Twitter account who apparently is oh, there's gonna be this and that, and this and that. And, I don't really know if I believe them, because, because I generally do not put a lot of stock into what leakers say, but this one has been, really, really, oh, people are believing this one, so I think that he had some, credibility before, and, leaked something else. So, I don't know, maybe we really will be getting what it is that they leaked, and I only saw 2 things, and if either of them are real, well, one of them will be awesome, and the other one will make Twitter froth at the mouth and kill Nintendo. Because, oh, there we go. Found the right lever to lower my chair. Because we've been begging for a new entry in this franchise, and this is what they give us, presumably. I don't really know why they would do that. Unless it's... I mean, the Switch has been around for, almost 7 years. So, we are kind of getting to that era where usually we start pushing out more of the shovelware, or, just sort of alright, yeah, we can throw this in there, entries to a franchise. When we were on 3DS, we got, WarioWare Gold, remakes of the Mario and Luigi games. We eventually get to that era of this console where we're just kind of, doing things to mixed reception. But this Direct actually is making me pretty confident that whatever console Nintendo does next is definitely going to be a new iteration of Switch, because they wouldn't be releasing a new Mario game and a new Zelda game and all of this stuff and then just be like, all right, yeah, next console, can't play any of it. Like, that would be beyond absurd. But in terms of other predictions, I think we're definitely going to get the final wave of the booster course pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I think that I have no idea what courses they're going to pick. I would assume that the final one is going to be Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road, just because that's the best Rainbow Road. But otherwise, I have no idea what else to predict. I would love Wii Rainbow Road, and I'm hesitant to say that I would love Toad Factory, because Toad Factory is my favorite Mario Kart course, but also I don't want it to look terrible. And I worry that they would find some way to ruin it. And also, like, if Toad Circuit came in, or a Toad Factory came in, then we're probably not going to get two courses from the same game outside of Tour. But otherwise, like, I want Wii Rainbow Road, and the final two characters I'm kind of like torn on, because I really want Funky Kong, obviously, but it would be really weird to have Funky Kong and not Diddy Kong, and taking up both of the final slots with Kongs would be an interesting choice. But Nintendo knows how much people are like clamoring for Funky Kong, but we also have other picks like Pauline, or like there are plenty of other characters that people have been asking for to make a, like, even somebody like Nabbit making an appearance would be interesting. Like, there are plenty of characters that they could choose, and I kind of wish that they had done one character per cup, like, instead of just doing 6. I feel like they definitely should have done more characters, just because. And I also kind of hope that they do what the original Mario Kart 8 DLC did and give characters color options. Like, Shy Guy and Yoshi got color options. I kind of hope that they give that to the Toads, because I've always found it very strange that you can't pick your color of Toad. And they did that in a DLC for the original Mario Kart 8, so I think they should be able to do that for this one too. But otherwise, I cannot think of anything else to predict. Yeah, I'm excited for this direct, but also very confused. We're probably going to get some more info on Detective Pikachu, and then people are going to be on Twitter like, oh, the game looks bad. Because, like, yeah, of course the game looks bad. It went from being an end-of-console game for the Nintendo 3DS to being an end-of-console game for the Nintendo Switch. Like, it's not going to be the best. And now we wait for 2 entire minutes. Let's see. Other predictions, like, I don't want to say what the leaker predicted, or like announced or leaked or whatever, just in case somebody hasn't seen them, and doesn't want to be spoiled on if they're there. But one of them, I feel, would be really cool if it was a launch title for the next system, because, like, it would be kind of like a cool piece of history, like, oh, it started off like this, and now we get to, like, show off the graphical fidelity of the new Switch XL using this epic game. Like, I feel like that would be a really cool thing to do. And then the other one, I'm just hoping, isn't what the leaker was like, oh, you thought I meant this, but it's actually this. Because if it's really that, then I'm going to be like, what, Nintendo, read the room a little bit. You're not in the Wii U era. You know that nobody wants this. Like, the last few entries in this series were so close together and all of them sold like shit. You can't seriously predict this to go well. But yeah, going back to the Peach game, like, I'm really confused with it, because, like, what is the gameplay? We've just seen her walking around on a stage and striking a pose. Is the entire game going to be set on that stage? Like, what on earth is going on there, Nintendo? I deeply want to know. Let's see. Not volume down. Alright, well, Nintendo Direct, what are we going to start off with? Mario Kart? Oh, it's Sploon. Yeah, they're making DLC for that, right? Oh yeah, I remember this. They were like this like completely white area, and you're gonna have to paint it in like Paper Mario Color Splash. The best game. It would be the craziest play for them to pull if they announced a port of Paper Mario Color Splash. I want it. I want it. It would be so funny, and people would be so angry. Though before Color Splash, I would prefer them to port a game I actually care about, like Wind Waker or Yoshi's Woolly World. I couldn't think of it for a second. Oh my god, she's green! That's Pearl? I'm assuming she's controlling that. That's not actually her. She wasn't, like, put inside of a robot. She was not, her soul, like, her soul was not put in there. What's up? What's up with Morena? What are we doing here? What's going on? Whoa, it's ink. I've never seen that in Splatoon. I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking away from this. Cool. I mean, it seems cool. I don't play Splatoon at all, just because it's not my type of thing, but like, I don't know. I like Shiver, that's it.
Hello everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi.
Hi, Shinya.
I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll remember your name this time, because you show up every time.
For Wave 2 of the Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass DLC, Side Order.
Yes, sir.
This brand new story is set in the Spire of Order, where you'll strengthen your character's abilities as you ascend the Spire's floors. We're developing.
It feels very strange to just have Pearl, like having a duo character just show up on their own. Like a duo. It's kind of like when Ingo showed up in Legends Arceus. Like that was just like such a strange choice.
Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
Okay, Peach game. You're shitting me.
Toys are back in town.
You're shitting me. The leaks were real.
Donkey Kong.
You're shitting me.
Mario. The rivalry that heated up on the Game Boy Advance system.
It's a remake.
Reunites on the Nintendo Switch system. With his eyes on the prize.
They really do not know how to read the room.
All the mini Mario toys from the factory.
They really do not know how to read the room. Oh my god.
Stage.
This is a relic from the Wii U era. This is terrible.
Observation and action are vital.
Isn't this already on this? No, no, it's not. I've played it on my 3DS.
Cross the gap. That monkey's tail looks a little suspicious.
This is absurd.
Doesn't it? If Mario does this
is beyond absurd. What are you thinking, Nintendo? And this is definitely going to be an entire $60.
Platform too high? Reach it with a handstand jump or a backflip. Like that.
This is absurd. What are you thinking, Nintendo?
To collect mini Marios, clear stages, and face Donkey Kong head on.
Absurd.
In
This is absurd.
You can play with a friend in local co-op.
Why would the puzzles aren't designed for that?
It's up to you.
Nintendo. Nintendo. It's Toad, not Luigi.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong launches on Nintendo Switch February 16th.
You're seriously making us wait for this shit?
On
Nintendo, what are you doing?
Save the prince and the world.
Nintendo! There has not been a Donkey Kong game since 2013! You cannot seriously think that anyone is excited for this. Are you shitting me? Just put Mario vs. Donkey Kong on NSO! It's a Game Boy game! You're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to remake this game, rather than putting that money into making a new entry, either a new entry in that series, which would still be stupid, or a new Donkey Kong game. I'm going to scream.
equip amulets to further boost
And also
your
that
abilities,
leaker is a
among other
complete
things.
fuck, because he just posted a picture of Donkey Kong and it's like, oh, by the way, it's Mario versus Donkey Kong. Don't get your hopes up. Sorry. I didn't realize it would come across like, you knew what you were doing, dude. You're just trying to, like, brew discussion online.
Get ready to save the prince and discover the mysteries of Mount
And I wouldn't even really be that mad if it wasn't for the fact that it was leaked, because I've had, like, time to stew on this.
You can receive the in-game Warrior Within
Hi,
outfit by
Ubisoft.
pre-ordering the game from Nintendo eShop.
Nintendo, you seriously cannot think this is what people want.
These games will help you chase your passions. Rev up
Oh,
for true
yep.
arcade racing.
Something tells me that this one isn't going to be a good direct.
Speed through stunning
Like, there's
environments.
something about it. Like, we've had too many good directs back to back.
Overtaking your rivals on the road.
Like, something tells me that they don't have enough for 40 minutes. And there's going to be a lot of stuff like
You
this.
can also upgrade your vehicle and style it to fit your high-octane needs.
I wonder what the guy who does this voice is up to. Like, what does he do other times? I hope he gets paid well. Because you could not pay me to care about this game.
Go full throttle in Horizon Chase 2, launching on Nintendo Switch later today.
Wow.
Warm up for musical mayhem in this rhythm-based adventure. Time your button presses with the music to solve puzzles
Thank
and
you.
battle bosses. Over 30 thrilling tracks await,
Thank you.
including music from iconic Konami games. Up to 4 friends can battle it out in versus modes or jam together in local or online play. Super Crazy Rhythm Castle launches on Nintendo Switch November 14th. Pre-orders
Cool.
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I mean, it seems like a game. I'll give you that. Wow, it's why does this have a game?
New assignment from school.
Why does this have a game?
Photo diary. On
It looks like
weekdays,
shit,
you'll
but
head to
why is this a
class,
game?
Then enjoy family time in the evenings. On days off, you can visit all sorts of exciting places.
I don't understand how
like
this is a
the beach
game.
Or an art museum. In search of
If they don't let me
subjects to
play as
photograph.
Yor and go on
How will you spend
assassination
your
missions,
time
I'm gonna
with
be
friends and
angry.
family? And what kind of photo diary will you help Anya make? Spy Anya,
Okay, so it's
Operation Memory
just
launches
Anya?
on Nintendo Switch
That's a very
next year.
strange decision.
Mario's
Alright, there we
first
go.
RPG adventure returns.
This is a real game.
The Super Mario RPG
Hey,
game
Gino.
is back with updated graphics. Let's go over some
Whoa.
new and returning gameplay features.
Oh, there's new stuff. Cool.
Time your button presses with action commands to increase damage dealt or decrease damage received.
I hope that there's a way to learn
When you
them.
time your attacks perfectly, you can now damage all enemies
Oh.
at once.
That's cool, I like that.
Every successful action command will fill this gauge.
Mm-hmm.
When it's full, you can unleash the 3-character triple move.
I like that. That's awesome.
Depending on your current party, the move will change, so experiment with different combos.
That is a very cool thing.
During your adventure, you'll encounter
Well, it's
bosses
people.
with colorful personalities. After clearing the game, you can fight some of them
Johnny.
again.
Oh. That's interesting.
But these powered-up bosses aren't gonna be easy.
I like that it's not just, like, the same game. It's the song!
Set off for adventure with Mario and Friends when Super Mario RPG launches on the Nintendo Switch system.
It's very
November
strange that they dropped the
17th.
subtitle.
Pre-orders are available now
Yay.
on Nintendo eShop.
I'm pretty sure I've already pre-ordered it, I think.
Hey,
What's up?
look alive. We're almost there.
It's the woman, the lady. She's from Smash
The
Bros.
Nintendo DS game Trace Memory returns on the Nintendo
People are gonna be
Switch
excited about
system
this
as
one, I'm pretty
another
sure,
code
'cause
to memories.
I've seen
One day, a young
people
girl
care
named
about her.
Ursula receives a letter from the father she thought had passed away.
Gorsh.
Seeking answers, she sets off.
Maybe
for
this
the
direct won't
solitary
be so
Blood
bad
Edward
after
Island
all.
in
Maybe
search
we
of
can just
him.
ignore Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Once there,
I hope that we
Ashley
all just
encounters
collectively
puzzles
ignore that
and
series and
obstacles
Nintendo can
that
realize,
hinder
oh
her
wait,
investigation.
no one gives a single shit. And, like, I think my biggest problem with the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game is it looks so bland. Like, we've been getting so many of these games with unique and pretty Mario, like, art styles. I don't understand why they didn't, like, bring over the, like, toy art style from that they're using in, like, Mario RPG.
What truths
Like,
await
that feels like the
Ashley in this
perfect thing to do
place?
for Mario vs.
No
Donkey
matter
Kong.
how hard I try, I can't remember Dad's face.
Yes, you can. It's right there.
Who are you?
The sequel,
Oh, I'm your dad
Another
now.
Code R, Journey into Lost Memories, previously unreleased in North America, is also included.
Wow!
So this is Lake Juliet, huh?
Play both games to experience the full story.
That's cool.
Unravel both adventures, fully enhanced for Nintendo Switch, when Another Code
Oh, it's like a full
Recollection
remake.
launches
That's
January
cool.
19th. Pre-orders begin today.
This is a game I can
Nintendo
get behind.
eShop.
I know nothing about it, but I know that people care about it, which is all that matters.
Another Code Recollection includes two games, the Nintendo DS game Trace Memory and its Wii sequel which was never released in North America.
That's cool.
Both games are fully enhanced on Nintendo Switch. Please look forward to playing them early next year. Next, please take a look at this.
Donkey Kong 2! Oh, it's the Peach game, probably. Are we gonna get to understand what it is?
One day, a loyal toad presented a flyer advertising a show at the Sparkle Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Peach and some toads went to go see it. But then,
Is it gonna be Bowser again? Hey, it's a different villain! Cool.
and the Sour Bunch suddenly made their grand entrance and
I
took
missed her
center
name.
stage.
It's cool that it's not Bowser.
Now, it's up to Peach and the theater's guardian Stella to save the play and the day. This perfect performance has become a terrible tragedy.
Okay, so does it really just take
Luckily,
place on the
Peach
stage?
can use the power of Stella's ribbon to face off against the Sour Bunch.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that it all just takes place on a stage.
The ribbon alone won't always cut it, though. So let's do this.
Because, like, it seems kind of flat, I'm gonna be honest.
Whoa! Peach transformed into Sword Fighter Peach.
She's a
By
Barbie!
transforming, she can use fantastic show-stopping abilities. Fend off the Sour Bunch with sensational swordplay.
Okay, it looks like there is some dynamicness
Can
to
Peach
the
save
environments,
this
at least.
performance and its performers? There are more stolen shows to save. Valuable artifacts from this museum have gone missing.
Mm-hmm.
Become Detective Peach, investigate clues, and track
I,
down.
I still don't know how I feel about the stage play aesthetic just entirely, just because it makes it all seem
Desserts
super
have been
phony.
snatched from this sweets festival. Turn into Patissiere Peach and save it from a sugar crash. The Sour Bunch got their hands on this martial arts school. Become Kung Fu Peach and take it back from these
Cool.
foul fiends.
I think that's cultural appropriation, I'm pretty sure.
Many other transformations are just behind the curtain. The
Oh, they said
stage
transformation.
itself
That means it's
in
all
ways
fetish.
ready for the
Twitter.com.
spotlight.
Yeah, I'm not
Princess Peach
sure.
Showtime makes its
Well, at least
debut
it has a
on Nintendo
name.
Switch, March 22nd. Pre-orders begin
It's-
today. On
I
Nintendo
have
eShop.
nothing. I mean, like, I'm down for a Peach game, I guess, because I like Super Princess
In Peach's
Peach, but
latest
like,
adventure, the gameplay changes
I don't
depending on
really
her
know.
transformations. It looks like there are more transformations beyond the ones we showed today, so please stay tuned. Let's continue with some more.
It just kind of
headlines.
seems a bit toothless. It doesn't really. It hasn't really shown me something that'll be like, oh yeah, this is definitely like an interesting, unique game. Like I have yet to see something that's really struck me as like, oh wow, that's something to care about.
6 heroes to choose from. A young man who fights with sentient
Because like, is it a platformer? Is it a hack and slash? Is it like a beat 'em up? I can't tell what the gameplay is. It seems kind of like moment to moment, and I don't really know how that'll work.
A songstress mech who lost her voice and body. And a king of darkness who was recently reawakened.
Is that Slugma?
Select a hero, then follow their journey through
Oh,
17
Slugma was brought back in the
interactive worlds
DLC. I have nothing to
as
say
they
about this, but I'm
strive
gonna talk about
to
Med
achieve
Cargo
their
being
goals.
brought back in the DLC. They finally,
How the story
after
unfolds
literal
is in your
generations,
hands.
gave it access
The choices you
to
make can
Power
unlock
Gem.
different
It has been
paths,
stuck
more than
with
ever before
ancient
seen in the
power
Saga
for
franchise.
generations It is a special attacker that has been stuck trying to choose between Ancient Power or, like, Rock Slide. And finally, they gave it Power Gem. After so long, I don't know why it didn't have that to begin with. Because, like, it's just rock magic. It is a rock. It should be able to use Power Gem. Like, I'm so glad. I wish that Meg Cargo had gotten any kind of stat buffs. I wish that the DLC had brought, like, some stat buffs like they did in Gen 7. But, like, still, giving it Power Gem is great. It still evolves at level 38, and it evolves at level 38, and is only like a 430 base stat to Pokemon after getting buffed. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, it's Laura. This is a very... I don't really know... Is this a port of, like, a previous remaster from, like, Xbox 360? Because this does not look like a modern-gen remake.
Mysteries lost to the ravages of time. This faithfully remastered trilogy comes with all of the expansions and secret levels for each game. You can also toggle between the original polygon look and the upgraded visuals at any time.
These are the upgraded visuals?
Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, starring
Are you certain those are upgraded?
Nintendo Switch system, February 14th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Definitely gives me Master Chief Collection, or no, not Master Chief. The one that Noodle made a video on, where he's like, you could switch between the two, and the original looks better.
Every great detective starts their day early.
This is Rhyme City, a place where humans and Pokemon coexist.
Cool.
The detective duo of Pikachu and his partner Tim.
He still looks like a Muppet.
Investigate various cases.
That's just Tim with a mustache.
Tim interviews people. Pikachu interviews Pokemon, and
cool.
they find the truth together.
Again, the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie is the only good one. I don't care about the game itself.
Follow Sense with Growlithe.
Woof.
Smash Rocks with Darmanitan.
Punch.
And peer through walls with Luxray.
That sounds like a crime.
Can Tim and Pikachu solve all the mysteries and find Harry?
I still want to know, are they going to go with the same twist from the movie? Because, like, is Detective Pikachu still his dad?
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Because, like, we've been
This game's a real...
Oh, it's the game. It's the game. It's a game.
Raise your brass for the quirky rhythm game, Trombone Champ.
All the people waiting for Rhythm haven't just heard them say rhythm game and just lost their mind.
But how you play
they, like, awoke briefly from their coma and were like, huh? Oh, never mind. Cool.
You can use gyro controls to adjust the pitch up and down. Or the IR motion camera on the right Joy-Con controller.
I was just texting my friend about how, like, can you recall a single game that has used the IR motion sensor on the Switch's, like, right Joy-Con? And, well, there's one.
Various genres, from classical to electronica and everything in between.
Pizza pasta, put it in a box, deliver it to my house and put it in cheesy on my penis, some sauce on my box.
Nintendo Switch later today.
Cool, at least they're not making you wait for it.
Battle your way to victory.
Fortnite.
With these Nintendo Switch games.
It's Fortnite.
10 teams of 3 will duke it out for survival in this online battle royale.
That's not Fortnite.
Brawler.
That Battle Royale is Fortnite.
Knock your opponent's health down to 0.
Wow, this looks like a mobile game. I'm going to be real.
Or shove them off the collapsing
Hercules.
terrain to win.
They put Hercules next to Nyx. Hercules is the Roman name. It's Heracles.
Work with your allies.
It's Glory of Hera, Heracles.
Battle Crush is free to play and launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch next spring. A
wow!
beta test will be available this October.
Cool.
Lead your mercenaries to fame and fortune in this open-world tactical RPG.
Those are words that made me immediately lose any interest. I didn't have any from just how it looks, and I certainly don't have any more now.
Before battle, equip your your mercenaries with the
Like,
best view
I'm sorry, but I
skills to
legitimately
claim
cannot
victory
imagine
and
playing a
live
game
to
that
see
looks like
another
this.
day.
It's just so
Up to 4
bland
players
and
online
dark
can jointly command a
and,
troop
like,
and
so
journey
much
together
information on
across this
screen
vast world.
at the same time.
War Tales
Like, it's
launches
just-
as a timed
I just
console
can't
exclusive
imagine.
on Nintendo Switch later today. Run and gun in this
It's
reimagining
Contra.
of the beloved NES classic
Wow!
Contra. Blast through explosive stages
Cool.
with a devastating arsenal of weapons to crush the Red
It still
Falcon
looks
forces.
like very
Spring
strange how they've had a
interaction
few
with easy
remasters that
pickup
look
and
like
quick
they're like
controls
last
and
gen
a variety of
or like
difficulty
2 gens
options.
ago.
This reimagining from Konami and Way Forward features new
I mean, hey,
weapons,
way forward, they make good games.
enemies, powerful super attacks.
At least I think I'm
and a
thinking of the right
4-player
people.
co-op mode.
4-player co-op, that's
Contra,
interesting.
Operation Galuga storms onto the Nintendo
Galuga
Switch
is a
system
very
early
interesting
next year.
choice of name.
Liberate your kingdom. Reclaim your destiny.
Is it Fambum? Or is it like Triangle Strategy? Or is it
Grievous
Octopus?
tale which speaks of Fevrith, one of stolen destiny.
It's like a teenage girl in a
and
war.
stolen nations. Yet as the world stands consumed by immense
Cool.
evil, a fallen prince shall rise again. Ring of legend lighting
Prince
his path.
Charles.
That is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral
Thank you.
treasure of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors.
I said this
wielding
before
it
pretty
to
much every
purify
Nintendo Direct,
evil.
but this style of like
Yet the answer is clear as day
pixel-ish
now.
art style on
The
this
path
like
before us
wispy,
is laid bare.
epic background just doesn't
Now
it doesn't
to
do
walk
it for me. Like that's not how I picture these style of games.
Freely traverse an expansive world. Gather new allies.
Even though I
forge
think this
your
is not
bonds,
actually pixel art, but I
and
can't
lead
tell.
the liberation to glorious victory. Cultivate a grand army with over 60 unique characters.
That's a lot of characters.
To massive
Anyway.
beasts and heavenly angels.
Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. It may take days, months, or even years, but I
Nice.
shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled.
Atlas. and
Atlas.
Vanillaware
Wow, they make
present
video
the
games.
rebirth of tactical fantasy RPGs.
Vanillaware is an interesting
Unicorn
choice of name.
Overlord.
I don't think I would have chosen that,
Available March
honestly.
8th, 2024.
It's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon! We found it! I completely forgot that they announced this for Switch. Speaking of remasters that look like they're made for last-gen consoles,
Luigi's
never actually beaten Luigi's Mansion 2.
HD.
they're not even calling it Dark Moon? What?
Welcome to Evershade
Why?
Valley, a place that's screaming and teeming with the supernatural. Luigi.
Why is it not called Dark Moon? What's happening to subtitles? We have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars just completely disappearing.
No spooky adventure is complete without this vacuum-like device, the Poltergust.
The Sugma.
Use it to light up dark areas, vacuum up objects, and interact with the environment.
This doesn't look
It's a handy
terrible,
tool
but
for
still.
your paranormal escapades. Plus, when you spot a ghost, pop! You can stun them with the strobe ball,
Whoa!
then vacuum them up. You can even grab multiple ghosts at once.
Feels weird that they don't have the original on Switch.
In this game, you'll find ghosts haunting, a former plant research lab,
Ooh.
a broken down clock factory that's full of sand, a mine covered in ice and snow, and even more places.
Like 2 other
These
places.
troublemakers will use every trick in the book to block your path.
I
Can
cannot remember
Luigi
any of
summon
this.
his courage and save the day?
You had to find like a
Looking for
piano
other
or a
ghost
staircase
hunters?
at one
Up to
point, I
4
think.
players online can do some exercise across
Ooh.
different multiplayer modes. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
I don't
Beats
understand.
on
Where's
Nintendo
Dark
Switch
Moon?
Next summer.
Like, that's... Why?
How was that?
Thanks.
Next, we have 2 announcements to share.
Alright.
First, please take a look at this video.
What have we got? Mario Galaxy? Wow! Is this pixel art of Mario that we're zooming out on? Oh, it's a question mark block. It's like
What's
made of
that? It's a
shipping.
large question block. Actually, this question block currently appears on the roof of the previously announced Nintendo Gallery that's under construction in Uji City, Kyoto Prefecture.
Okay.
The official name of this gallery will be the Nintendo Museum.
No, that's cool.
At the Nintendo Museum, a wide variety of Nintendo products from the company's history will be displayed.
I like that. That's cool.
Construction is going well, and we plan to finish up by March 2020.
It feels very strange that there hasn't been a Nintendo museum at this
We'll share
point.
more information, such as the opening date, at another time. Please stay tuned.
That's a cool announcement.
Next, we'd like to share some updates on upcoming amiibo figures.
Okay.
The Zelda and Ganondorf amiibo figures are releasing.
I'm sorry,
on
I
November
really
3rd.
do not care about Zelda anymore. You
And
successfully
amiibo
made me
figures
stop
of
caring.
Nora and Mio from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game
I used to be so
will be
excited for
released
Zelda,
as a set
and then Tears of the
on
Kingdom came
January
out,
19th,
and
2024.
just completely destroyed. Like, oh, I've been caring about the lore of this. I've been like, oh, is this like this? And then like they don't care.
The DLC fighter from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sora from
Whoa!
Kingdom Hearts,
That
is on
he's
the
in
way.
Smash
With the release
Brothers.
of Sora, everyone is here from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in amiibo form.
Cool.
Please look forward to its release next year. That's all for today's amiibo announcements.
That's all for the direct. Goodbye.
Please take a look at this.
Is this gonna be the other thing that was leaked, or is that gonna be the end of direct announcement? Oh wow. Is it? What's going on here? What are we doing, Nintendo?
The first F-Zero game
Mm-hmm.
returns as a 99-player battle royale.
Oh god, it's gonna be a limited release, isn't it?
F-Zero 99.
It's gonna be a limited release. It's gonna be a limited release.
F-Zero courses with machines from the original Super NES game. Tear through courses in high-speed races. Be careful. Your power meter will decrease if you crash into pilots or guardrails. If it hits zero, you're out. You'll need to avoid collisions and conserve your power meter to stay in the race.
This was the other thing that was leaked, and it's just as disappointing as the Donkey Kong game.
Spend some of your power meter for a temporary speed boost.
This is... it's already disappointing, and we don't even know for certain that it's going to be limited
When
release.
machines collide, to boost up to a special path called the Skyway. It's your
The what?
best chance at bypassing your rivals
Huh.
and jumping into a higher position.
I mean, that's interesting, I guess.
Complete goals while you're racing to unlock cosmetic options
I mean,
for your
it's, just,
machine.
it's not the worst. Uh,
99 players, one winner. It's time to race your way.
I mean,
to
I guess
first
F-Zero
place.
is back.
Because F-Zero 99 will be available exclusively for active Nintendo Switch online members.
Alright, so at least
later
it's
today.
at least not limited release, but I'm never playing it.
More than 30 years after its original release,
Mm,
F-Zero is back
Bad,
as a battle
don't.
royale game.
I was
This
like,
title also supports
you're
the
like, oh,
Super
you wanted
NES
Donkey
controller
Kong and
exclusive
F-Zero to
for
come back?
Nintendo Switch
Here
Online.
you go. Like, come on,
We
guys,
hope
come the
you
fuck
give it a
on.
try and aim for first place.
Like, please don't tell me we're going
Let's
back into the
continue with
Wii
some
U
more
era.
One
So, like,
little
what is going to be
hero,
the big end of direct
one
announcement
humongous
then?
problem.
Is it going to be the Mario Kart 8 DLC? Is that what they're going to be
Welcome to
capping this
Bandle
off with?
City, a whimsical
Like,
land
come on.
inhabited by small,
You cannot
fuzzy
seriously
beings called
be
Yordles.
expecting people to be like, oh
After
yeah,
that, it's a little too
F-Zero,
wild.
cool,
Portals
and
holding the
then
land
just
together
like,
collapse
come on,
and throw
guys,
everything
come
into
on.
chaos. It's up to
This
you
is-
and your knitting magic to
I mean, this
stitch
is a
Bandle City
fine
back
direct, I
together.
guess, but this is
Journey across
disappointing
the
in a
land
lot
to
of
gather
ways.
materials and craft items and meals for the locals.
It definitely feels
As you
like we're
continue
at the end of the
gathering
Switch's
and
lifespan,
crafting,
and
you
they're
can
like,
weave
let's
together
throw some
new
games out there, I guess.
unlocking more branches of the skill tree. Enchant your experience even further by embarking on quests.
They
and
should announce
hosting
bringing Mario
festivals for the
35 back.
community.
That would be a cool announcement.
Can you save Bandle City? And what mysteries will you discover during your magical adventure? Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story, launches on
Cool.
Nintendo Switch next year. Wait, did you hear that?
Nope.
Join best friends Nunu and Willem on a journey across the frozen wilds of the Freljord. Jump,
It's
climb,
an platformer.
and sled your way through a beautiful yet treacherous land, where every step taken and each puzzle solved will bring you closer to the truth about these friends and their past. Song of Nunu, a League of Legends
dumb
story,
name.
launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 1st. Pre-orders begin
I mean, it looks
today on
good
Nintendo
enough.
eShop.
And it seems to be like a 3D platformer type game, so
Let's
that's
move
cool.
into Form
Wario! Wario Thursday. I don't vibe with the new Wario voice, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the island. This tropical resort
It sounds
contains
way
tons
too
of
much like an
microgames
act.
that'll get your
Like,
body moving.
Charles Martinet sounded like Wario. This
And
guy
each
sounds like
microgame
he's
will get
trying to
into a
sound like
specific
Wario.
pose called a form.
It's not deep enough.
Copy the form shown, then perform the correct action as quick as you can.
But I mean, it's still Wario game, so that's good. Another IR sensor.
Games will come one after another, so look alive. Plus, up to 4 players can battle it out in party mode.
Cool.
Reach the goal without getting caught by Medusa. Or
Very
settle
interesting.
the score in an arena to be the last one posing.
Hopefully they actually advertise this game well enough, because Wario has, like, historically underperformed.
Everyone's in
And
for
I feel like
one
Nintendo just needs to do a better job making people want to play it.
Launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 3rd. Pre-orders are available.
It's also
now
$50,
on
which is
Nintendo
like stuck in
eShop.
this weird area where I don't want to use like one of those 2 game vouchers on it because it's less than $60. But it's more than just being like, oh, I can buy this. It's like in this weird middle ground
Over
pricing.
100 heroes into battle and put an end to an empire's invasion.
If it were like $40 or $20, I'd consider it. If it were $60, I might use a game voucher on it. But like,
Zane,
it's a
an
very
officer from the
strange
Empire,
price.
And Marissa, a forest guardian. These 3 band together.
Another game where it's like flat but in 3D and there's like a harsh shadow. So cool.
Heroes who can join their cause. This is your home base, known as the headquarters. As
Cool.
allies join you, additional facilities will become available. You'll be able to tend crops, open shops, and more. Each hero you encounter has their own backstory and motivation.
That's how stories
You
work.
may not always get along at first, but these conflicts may strengthen the bonds between your heroes. Trust,
Alright.
betrayal, justice, and truth.
I mean, it's
heroic
a
tale
game.
will begin
It's a Nintendo Direct,
when
guys.
Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes
This
launches
is,
on
I mean,
Nintendo
like, the
Switch
last Nintendo Direct was
November
one of the best
3rd.
ones you've ever had, and this one is one of them.
Participate in some pixel-perfect play.
Is it going to be more games that are like pixel art but on a
Next
background?
Stop, Octopia. Travel to a charming
Oh,
parallel
Chucklefish.
world in this paid DLC for Eastward. Help Sam and John turn the pages of a new chapter
Cool.
as they adjust to
See, this is good pixel art because all of it's cohesive. This is good pixel art. This is
Develop
beautiful.
Culinary delights for your neighbors and restore buildings to help the village thrive. And if you're new to Eastward, don't worry. You can access the DLC even if you haven't played the main story.
Cool.
Eastward, Octopia.
I've never heard of
Ventures
this
on
game.
Nintendo Switch this holiday. Get back into the groove.
More good pixel art. Thank you.
In this sequel to War Groove, charge across 3 tactical campaigns with valiant factions, including a new Mousefolk faction,
Cool.
the Bari.
I wonder if Meat of the Hollow is
you
going
can
to be
now
in here.
supercharge your commander's groove to unleash devastating attacks. Lead a roguelike offensive in conquest mode.
I can't stand roguelikes.
Battle friends locally or online. Or create and share your own cutscenes and campaigns.
That's a very
War Groove
that's a cool
2
thing to add,
marches
but
onto
also
Nintendo Switch as a
questionable.
console exclusive October 5th. Get out of my way! Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Cool. That's not a pixels.
Dive and catch fish by day. Then serve them as sushi by night.
Okay,
in
that is a
aquatic
pixels. Wow.
adventure, Dave the Diver.
This is a very
Use the
Huh.
fish you've caught to
This is a
concoct
very
recipes
interesting art
and
style.
create the day's menu. Then tend to the clamoring customers at your sushi restaurant. Explore an ever-changing underwater world to find the best
Oh, jeez.
ingredients and
That's
strive to
awesome.
exceed
Like,
culinary
finding a giant
expectations.
mantis shrimp. That's awesome.
Dave the Diver launches first for consoles on the Nintendo Switch system October 26th. Pre-orders and a free demo swim onto Nintendo eShop later today.
I might consider it. Seems like an interesting game.
The final
Alright, here we
wave
are.
is racing
Who's gonna be the
in.
final characters?
Here's a sneak peek at Wave
Oh,
6, the final
Daisy
wave
Circuits?
of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. From the Mario Kart Wii game, Daisy
I was not
Circuit.
expecting that.
More returning characters are also being added in Wave 6.
Diddy Kong, he's back, finally!
Double Dash game, Diddy Kong!
Funky!
Mario Kart
Both of the Kongs, let's go! Oh, I'm so happy. It is very strange that they're just doing both of the Kongs, but like,
From
still.
the
Oh,
Mario Kart
Pauline!
Tour game,
So wait,
Pauline.
they are adding more than the ones... They only had two question marks left.
And also,
Peachette. What? Alright. Huh? So they're adding more. Good. Good. More characters is good.
Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course
I'm
Pack
glad, that's
DLC
good.
For the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game drives onto Nintendo Switch
This holiday, that's a
Active
long time.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can
That's
enjoy this
very
DLC
interesting. So are we gonna
at no
get-
additional cost.
Are we gonna get more
DLC
courses and
can
more
also be
characters?
purchased on its own.
Because that's 4 new characters. There were only 2 spots left. I don't know how they can rearrange that.
Something new is Among Us.
Among Us VR using the Labo. Hi, Innersloth. There are canonical crabs! Amogus. What are we doing here? Is this a new map? Uh-oh. Is it gonna be like you're crashed on an island mode? What is this? Poor Red. Is it a new map where you're trapped on a desert island? That'd be awesome. A new map. Oh. That's awesome. I love that. Welcome to the Fungo. Beautiful.
This new map for Among Us is free and launches this October.
That's cool.
What did you think?
Eh.
Thanks for sticking with
Among
us
Us was the
far.
thing that excited me the most.
Next up, we'd like to recap some of the previously announced Nintendo titles you can look forward to playing from September onwards.
Are you gonna put any of the NSO games out that you announced like over a year ago? You just talked about these. You just talked about these. You're not... Nothing about Mario Wonder? Really? That shocks me. You'd think they would say anything about Mario Wonder. Cool. Go away. Maybe go away, I don't know. You talked about a lot of these. What was that?
We hope you're looking forward to these upcoming titles.
Alright, what's your one
This
last
next
thing?
video will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
What's your one last thing, Nintendo? Impress me. You did it! You successfully impressed me! That was not anything I expected in a million years. Gonna go have to watch an Arlo video after this. This was beyond my wildest imagination. Oh, and they didn't do the white outlines! People are gonna be so happy! Oh, here's a chance for me to replay Thousand Year Door without breaking out my Nintendo Wii. I don't know how I feel about the art style, but the fact that it exists is pretty cool. Again, I'm not a huge fan of, like, glossy graphics over, like, a pre-existing game. Because, like, paper isn't glossy like that. But, I mean, hey, it's Thousand Year Door Remake! Never in a million years did I expect that! Like, seriously, never in a million years! Never in a million years. Like, seriously. Baby Yoshi. I can get Javier again. I really hope that they did anything to fix some of the structural problems with this game. Because, like, there is so much backtracking in this game where you go, like, alright, go here, and then go there, and then go here, and then go there. Just to, like, make any progress. I hope that they fix that. Lunkhead. I mean, the fact that it exists is real good. That's cool. I hope that they make Miss Mouse useful. New partner. New partner. Let us have the Penguin Detective as a partner. Let us have the Penguin Detective as a partner. Oh, and also the pigs being like paper mache. That's cool. Yeah, it really is just some of the lighting in certain shots that look a little strange. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. They're really going hard on remakes. I'm sufficiently impressed. What has happened to me? The robot is in love. I bet it doesn't die. I'm gonna definitely have to replay this game again, just because, like, I need to sort out my feelings on it.
Paper Mario,
That was astonishing.
Originally released on Nintendo GameCube.
Alright, you successfully got your Nintendo Direct up to a solid 6, maybe 7 out of 10.
We hope you look forward to experiencing this adventure in a paper world starring Mario and friends.
6.5 out of 10.
That's all for today's
6.9 out of 10.
Thank you for watching.
I mean, we are definitely at the end of Switch's lifespan because we're reaching the point where it's just remake after remake after remake after remake, and that's what they did on 3DS when it was dying. And on one hand, that's whatever. Like, more games on a system is good, but on the other, I kind of worry about, like, the only thing that we have to look forward to that aren't remakes are Mario Wonder, Princess Peach, Showtime, and Donkey Kong's a remake. F-Zero is kind of a remake, but it's just like it's derivative of the original. That was a direct. I'm excited to play 1000 Year Door, even though it's my least favorite Paper Mario game that I've completed. Okay, bye.